Imagine walking into a small sandwich shop in 1965, smelling fresh bread baking, not knowing that this little spot would one day grow into the biggest submarine sandwich chain in the entire world. We're talking about Subway, the place known for footlongs, fresh veggies, and that unforgettable smell when you walk through the door. But Subway's rise wasn't a straight line to success. It started with one shop, grew into thousands, and along the way had its fair share of drama, money struggles, and genius marketing moves. So today, we're peeling back the bread, the lettuce, and the cheese to look at the secret history of Subway, how it went from one tiny shop to feeding millions every day. Stick around because the story behind your favorite sandwich chain is way juicier than you think. The Subway story begins in Bridgeport, Connecticut, in the summer of 1965. A young 17-year-old boy named Fred DeLuca wanted to go to college and study medicine, but there was one problem: he didn't have the money. Enter Dr. Peter Buck, a family friend. Buck gave Fred $1,000 and said, "Why don't you open a sandwich shop? Use this money as your start." Subway started because a kid needed college money. Fred and Peter opened their first store called Pete's Super Submarines. The name? A bit of a mouthful. When people heard it on the radio, they thought it was Pizza Marine. Not great for business. So a few years later, they simply called it Subway. Fred and Peter didn't just want one shop. They set a crazy goal: 32 stores in 10 years. Why 32? It's not just the bread, the cheese, or the footlong sandwiches. It's this. They tapped into what people wanted at the right time. They marketed themselves as healthier than burgers. And they grew fast through franchising. Of course, it wasn't always smooth sailing. But Subway's story proves that even a simple idea, a sandwich shop for college money, can turn into something massive with the right mix of ambition and timing. So next time you're biting into a Subway sandwich, remember you're not just eating lunch. You're tasting a piece of history that started in a tiny shop in Connecticut. From one shop in 1965 to feeding millions every single day, Subway's journey is proof that sometimes the simplest ideas can go the farthest. Now here's my question for you. What's your go-to Subway order? Drop it in the comments. I want to see who's team meatball marinara, who's team tuna, and who's all about the veggie delight. And if you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, subscribe, and share because we've got plenty more food history coming your way.